Topic: hormones. These are the chemical messengers. Chemical messengers. These are secreted by ductless glands. Ductless, so we call them endocrine glands, and regulate the biological processes in living beings. In case of plants, we call them phytohormones. Okay, these hormones are basically released by glands. What are glands? An organ which is responsible for secreting certain useful chemical, and that chemical is responsible for carrying out certain functions in the bodies. That's why we call it a gland. And glands are of two types: exocrine as well as endocrine glands. As this name suggests, exo, these possess duct, so all their secretions are released out with the help of duct. These lack duct, so we call them ductless, right? These lack duct and we call them ductless. These generally pour their secretions to the target directly. What is the target? The target organ where they have to reach and work. Target directly. And what do? These pour their secretions into blood, and blood takes it to the target organ. Now, when we know about hormones, now let's move forward to list which all hormones are responsible in taking up the metabolic functions in a human body. We talk about our system, and we say, first of all, when we have to do these major hormones, the first one not to forget is hypothalamus gland. Okay, hypothalamus gland. Where is it located? Its location or position is at the base of diencephalon. I hope you remember diencephalon that we have done in the forebrain part. Then the hormones that it releases are, first of all, it's RH. What is RH? Releasing hormone. And secondly, IH, inhibiting hormone. What does it mean? It stimulates anterior intermediate pituitary to secrete certain hormones, and it will inhibit that pituitary also to stop the secretion of such hormones. So it is in hypothalamus. Basically what it has to decide is whether to allow anterior pituitary to secrete hormone or whether to stop anterior pituitary to secrete hormone. That is why releasing hormone or inhibitory hormone. Clear? This one stimulates pituitary gland to secrete hormone, and this one inhibit pituitary gland. So that's why we call it a supermaster endocrine gland, because it controls the secretions of pituitary gland, which is a master endocrine gland. We call this supermaster, and this one is master because it secretes whether to release or to inhibit is all decided by hypothalamus, the supermaster endocrine gland. Now moving to pituitary. Pituitary gland. Where is it located? Location is beneath the brain. Okay. It has three regions: anterior lobe, anterior lobe. So we are discussing the hormones secreted by each lobe separately. Anterior, then is intermediate, and then is posterior. We are first moving to this anterior lobe. Clear? Anterior lobe. The first one is FSH. It is follicle stimulating hormone. What is it responsible for? Stimulates spermatogenesis, that is formation of sperms in males, and growth of ovarian follicles, which will give rise to egg formation in females. Clear? FSH stimulates spermatogenesis, that is in males, and ovarian follicle growth, that is in females. Second, luteinizing hormone. Secreted by anterior pituitary only. We will not write it down again and again, secreted by anterior pituitary, because once we have listed, it means we are now first covering the hormones related to anterior pituitary. It induces testosterone secretion in males, and ovulation and secretion of estrogen and progesterone in females. Basically क्या होता? The first one, follicle stimulating hormone, it is forming or producing the sperms as well as the ovarian follicles respectively in males and females. This one is responsible for the secretion of male hormone as well as secretion of female hormones along with the ova release on maturity. This is luteinizing hormone. Then is prolactin. Control development of milk glands. Prolactin. Moving to the next one, TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone. What it does? It stimulates secretion of thyroid gland, stimulate secretion of thyroid hormones. We will do it in detail, don't worry. Then next comes the intermediate lobe. It secretes, basically where is it present? In the front of larynx. Location is front of larynx. So what it does? It secretes MSH. This is melanocyte stimulating hormone. What it helps in? Control skin color. It controls your skin color. There are 64 shades which are controlled by this hormone. Then is posterior lobe. Posterior lobe, it secretes oxytocin. You have heard this name because this is also known as the birth hormone, right? It regulates uterine contractions and release of milk at the time of childbirth. Okay, at the time of childbirth. Now moving to the next one. One is oxytocin, another one is vasopressin. It keeps a check on the level of water and ions that are present in the kidneys. So mainly it reduces loss of water in urine. It leads to water reabsorption in the kidney tubules whenever there is less water.